dispersal over. Thank you, Captain Stephen Ruiz, Central. Yeah, it's Stephen Ruiz.
What's up, folks? Happy Monday. July 21st, 2025. 469 days, 5 hours and 43 minutes until the midterms. That's right. We keep counting them down. Every day, every minute, every second. Because as you know, we got all kinds of crazy shit to fucking clean up. To try and we are like grasping at the fraying threads of our democracy, as you all know. And Trump is keeping his promises in every way but the ways that are going to help America. B, cheers to you, sister. Without a doubt, that is the Trump style. That is his game, is to just lay down as many piles of shit as possible so we can't clean, don't have time to fucking clean up and show everybody just exactly what the crap he's been spewing is crap. Right? So, not that this is a new thing, but he seems to be ramping it up with this weaponizing the DoJ, right? I mean, clearly. Anything to distract. I mean, you've never heard me say that you shouldn't investigate Biden or Harris or whoever. I don't think they ever came up with any real dirt on Harris, did they? Obama or HRC or Andrew McCabe or oh hell, I feel like I'm missing someone. Who knows, right? Judges, liberal judges, liberal judges. Oh yeah, Jerome Powell is being investigated now. So that's new. I'm assuming he's a Republican, right? Like, didn't Trump appoint him? Anyways. So he's doing exactly that. He's clearly weapon, and I mean, like I was saying, you know, I'm not opposed to if that's what the Republicans want to do is spend their time with wild goose chase fucking investigations to distract the constituents from the fact that they're not passing any legislation. Haven't. They just are really lousy at it. Oh, I guess this big lousy bill thing. They made that happen barely, right? By the skin of their teeth with fucking, I mean, holy shit. Does the majority always struggle so badly? It's strange. So here is a May 5th, 2025 article. This is NPR host Steve Inskeep. Attorney General Pam Bondi says she's ending what she called the weaponization of the Justice Department during the Biden administration. What is the case that she... So, two, I think there was a lot of folks on the left that were, and still are, pretty fucking disgusted with Garland's handling of the Trump charges, right? Or recommendations. It's, so I'm not really sure how they're still hanging on to this fucking bonkers claim that the Biden administration weaponized the government or the Department of Justice. Because nothing happened. You know what I mean? Trump never fucking faced trial for any of the bullshit for January 6th that he should have. Anyways. What is the case that she's weaponizing it herself? NPR Justice correspondent Ryan Lucas looked into some of the early acts of the Trump Justice Department. Ryan Lucas byline. At her confirmation hearing in January, Attorney General Bondi vowed to fight violent crime and to restore confidence and integrity to the Justice Department. Pam Bondi, the partisanship, the weaponization will be gone. America will have one tier of justice for all, except for Trump, and then a separate one for him. I mean, seriously. Are there just by any chance any Republican, any folks that register as Republicans, any Republican officials that are under investigation by the DOJ right now? Any at all? Know what I mean? Doesn't that seem odd? Like President Trump, Bondi argues that the department was politicized under the Biden administration to target Trump and conservatives more broadly. And they point to the prosecutions of Trump himself as prime examples. John Laurel, who served as Trump's defense attorney in some of those cases, says Bondi is tackling weaponization head on. Here's Laurel speaking at a recent event with the Conservative Federalist Society. Oh, wow. So we now see no political prosecutions, no sham indictments, no fake grand jury proceedings, but instead a way of looking at the Department of Justice in terms of restoration and ensuring that the rule of law will be. Oh my God, this is okay. I don't think I can read any more of that. All right. Woo. Yeah. I mean, last night I had fun with Gabbert's nonsense ODNI report. Holy fucking balls, you guys. All right. I was just making sure I had a mic during all that. So we have seen that now, I guess the latest one is, I don't know when, maybe I didn't, maybe it was something I didn't notice that Powell, I don't know when all of a sudden the investigation started into him. I don't know. I mean, that is something there's no excuse for. I should remember that. But we got Andrew McCabe and Adam Schiff and Jerome Powell and Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton, I'm assuming, even though I don't know if there's been anything specifically said about an investigation into HRC, but yeah, my guess is that they are tackling a whole lot of, they're looking at fucking tearing into a whole lot of Democrats. Annie, cheers, brother. I'm good. All good here for a Monday. Feeling a little beat up, but it's the way it is when you get to be an old feller. I'll be all right in a minute. I'll be all right. I don't know that doing this kind of shit is helping me. Like, last night, I super enjoyed the stream. I'm already feeling pretty fucking frustrated and pissy digging into this shit, because, again, I have most libs I know are all about taking, keeping it real, and if fucking there's sick, criminal, nefarious shit going on anywheres, I don't give a fuck if it's a left or right, in the middle, you know what I mean? I really, and I'm no saint, I have, none of us are perfect, we're humans, and maybe most of you haven't put yourself through some of the bullshit that I did when I was a young man, but so I'm no saint, but I've been hammering down on this, and I really think it's should be a big focus. Could it? I mean, like, I'm not going to just be hammering down on the liberals, but, that's where, my mom always said, I think she used the phrase, charity starts at home. So, like, you got to be keeping your own house clean before you go worrying about someone else's house, right? Even though America is our house overall, whether it's Republican, Independent, Democrats, you know what I mean? We better make sure we're not only trying to do our best, but that we are not allowing criminal bullshit, that we're not fucking electing people or ignoring signs of someone on the left or right, but on the left, because that's my concern, because that's the only way we're going to move out of this shit, is give people a real example, a real leadership of what America first or should be about, right? If we can use that, because nobody's against making America strong and healthy and independent. It's we're not about the isolationism. Right, B says exactly, TV. It's both sides now. why don't, like, and I'm not saying that you mean it as both sides of them are just equally as bad. Clearly, there's a lot more positives voting for, a Democrat candidate nowadays than ever before, but it's still, and we can't lump all politicians together, like I'll never accept that like all Republicans are bad people, I don't have an explanation for anyone who is still supporting Trump at this point. I'm not qualified to deal with that sort of fucking mania, or to diagnose that sort of mania, I guess. It's just we got to make sure that we're always doing our best. We have to. We should be checking ourselves, right, sister? We should be checking. I mean, if you, I don't know how you register or vote, but I have an idea how you vote, but for the most part, but still, we have to just, people like Menendez and whoever else, we can't have that shit. Andrew Cuomo, yeah, Bill Clinton. Well, there's no doubt that's part. It's just so many factors. That's where I get cynical. Is we're in advance. This shit moves along at breakneck speed every day, right? As you know. I really wish I had. But a good way of explaining this. But you guys know sometimes I just don't have the fucking vocabulary to. Really get my thoughts across clearly. There's so many factors, like with corporate lobby groups, and then you have, obviously it's a democratic system which we all love and appreciate. It's just it leaves room for corruption, you know what I mean? Or it still leaves room for corruption and really short-sighted folks. Shallow, selfish, greedy, criminal, however you want to label it. Yeah, I don't remember. I registered as an independent online, and then I had to go down to vote because it was too late to request a absentee ballot, which I'm glad. I mean, it's only down the road. I left my house on election day and was back home, voted and was back home in 20 minutes. I always feel like everybody else that I'm talking with, lives in these areas that it's impossible to move around or it takes forever to go someplace. Like, I can get far, even though it's not that far, just the VFW down the road from me, but I will probably continue to vote in person. I may vote early from now on, or when I can. Yeah, so I registered as an independent online. But in Michigan, you can vote a split ticket. And I don't think you have to vote or register as an independent to vote a split ticket. I can't be sure about that. TV's still learning a lot, but I've learned a lot. So, I mean, there's a lot of shit people don't pay attention to. They just register, however, and then go vote. And sometimes you'll see, for sure, there's plenty of cases where their votes end up not counting because there was something that wasn't complete. It's quite funny, too, going through that process of going in person and the Trumpers. I mean, either the Trumpers that claim that, like, illegal immigrants or undocumented folks are voting, they either are knowingly lying out their ass, or they don't vote and have no clue about how it works, right? Because it's just not possible. Unless somebody comes in there with a complete set of fake identification, and it's still not going to work if the person isn't that they're using the idea isn't an actual person. Sam, what's up, brother? Cheers to you. Sam says, I mailed in my voter card because I worked on election day. Right on. However, folks, do it. Get out and do it. However, folks, do it. Get out and do it. I'm looking forward to participating locally again this coming year. I don't know about the door knocking thing. I think we had that debate, didn't we? Maybe it was A-Bear that said it really is a good thing to do. Well, apparently it must be still work, you know. It's just I almost feel like if you come on to folks and they're like, yeah, it's a bunch of shit. It's fucking my vote wouldn't count anyways. Both parties are the same. It's, you know, two sides of the same coin, two wings of the same bird, blah, 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 blah. I don't know, man. I don't have a lot of interest in, I mean, if they're adults in their 30s, 40s, what do you say to that? Do you just say, okay, thank you, sorry for bothering you, just a quick reminder, you're the reason where your life is, you're living in a really fucked up society right now. You're people like you are the reason. So yeah, I get it. Both sides are same. You don't want to fucking cast your vote because you think it don't count, or there's there's election fraud or whatever it is. Great. Just know that the non-voters are the ones that decided the election. B says she will not be knocking on any doors. Come and knock on my door. We'll be waiting for you. Sam says, I really hope Jeffries runs in 2028. He's a really good speaker, man. He's one of those speakers. I don't know what it is, but like when I was going to church, when I started going to church in my mid-30s, I went to this fucking Southern Baptist up here in West Michigan. I mean, we got a lot of Southern Baptist church up here, right? So it's not like as bad as like Assembly of God as far as fire and brimstone, but man, this preacher had come from Georgia or something. He I don't know. He was probably the reason why I lasted as long as I did, because there was something genuine about the dude. You know, he just didn't condemn people, but man, I don't know. There was just some, you guys know me, man. I don't claim to not be naive to some folks, but is all I've done my whole adult life is be a social butterfly. I just love people, and so I feel like I don't feel like I have the best read on that society or whatever than anybody else, but there was something about this guy. He was just a character. So Jeffries, like, I love his speech. Obviously his speeches are, you know, he was fucking, who Jeffries is was built in the church, right? That preacher, better even, and Raphael Warnock, he's pretty good too, but Jeffries is amazing. He is a really good speaker, like one of the best we've seen in a very long time, like Obama level. But I just think that, CB just says Jeffries has studied Obama's speech style. It seems to me he is good at it. Yeah, but just even more like, but a little bit of difference for sure. I don't know. I always say, B, that I'm not someone that's susceptible to hype. Like the pep squad cheerleading type bullshit, right? Like I've always, not because I think I'm all so smart and aware, it's just, I just don't feel like I've ever been, probably because I'm such a wound up guy and I fucking pump out, whatever I'm wound up about. It's just, when Jeffries gets rolling on shit, right? I wish I had that example. You guys all seen the speech after the State of the Union or something, or after the election? I don't know. It's last fall, sometime late last year. That Jeffries speech was just off the fucking chains. Yenzarella, welcome to the stream. Cheers to you. Darlene, welcome. Yeah, B says Obama had compassion, real or not. He portrayed it wonderfully. Well, B, I think, look, I've always said, and this, I've gotten so much pushback at times from people I really respect, and it's like, I don't think you understand it. I've always said something like love, for instance, it's a choice. It's not an emotion. I get when folks say, what do you mean? How can you say it's not an emotion? Loving someone is a choice. And so I think with Obama, like you mentioned that, maybe his compassion wasn't always, and I know you weren't trying to dig on him, and I'm trying to be careful about the words I use to, like, it's his awareness to be compassionate, even if whatever the subject is doesn't necessarily strike him as heavily, right? Like, it's his awareness and his choice to be to have compassion. So I think, again, compassion is one of those things that you choose to have. Empathy is something that might come as more natural, or sympathy, right? And for sure, to me, that makes all the difference in the world. I think it sucks that America still seems to be pretty hung up on a charismatic leader, even though I really don't see Trump. I mean, I've often wondered about what it would be like to like meet Trump in a party setting where you just have a chance to come up and shake his hand, and maybe he's show some interest in you for a second or whatever, or maybe know something about it, or doesn't, or just wants, he's in the mood to yap. I just wonder how exactly real and down to earth person he seems, or if it's all just 100% show all the time. Is he that self-aware? Is he that calculated even at his age? Strange. I don't know. Well, this is something, you guys, that I bring up a lot, and it'll be coming up a lot more and more. It'll be coming up more often, right? Who are we going to choose as a Democratic candidate? And probably, like always, there's at least a 50-50 chance of some surpriser coming up, right? Someone new that maybe, well, someone that we wouldn't have thought of, like Jeffries, for instance. Maybe once we get to that point, maybe after the 2026 elections, then we're going to see, I think there's going to be obviously a lot more indication of who wants to run, right? Because you know how it is. I'm not saying that everybody that goes, oh, I don't know, we'll have to think about it, is definitely running. But, yeah, Darlene, I would like to see her run too. It sucks. I'm sitting here as a 55-year-old middle-class white man, Midwestern white man. Just really heartbroken discouraged because I don't know when America is going to be ready to elect a female president. It seems stupid. It sounds really fucking dumb to hear myself say that. I don't know. It's just so fucking odd. Like, every fucking man in the world lives with a woman in their life at some point, right? Your mom, your sister, your aunts, a wife, a friend, a girl, a daughter. It's fucking. I'm pretty grossed out by. I'm pretty grossed out by a lot of right-leaning women too, just accepting the bullshit, right? From men. I don't understand it, man. I don't. And not that it matters. I just don't. Me and Mrs. V have just never had this sort of mindset, and obviously we didn't have that mindset before we met each other, and so it just probably part of the reason why it's worked well. I just never seen nothing. Never seen women as anything but a really incredible equal to men, No, Darlene, but for sure Whitmer has said enough. There's no doubt in my mind that she will run in the primaries. Yeah, she's just because of all the attention that she got last year. There's no doubt in my mind that Whitmer will put together will put together and run a campaign. Bill says Jeffries hasn't been helping himself lately. Of course, he's under scrutiny from left and right due to prominence, but maybe not meet Netanyahu. Yeah, I never got to finish my thought, Bill. I do love Jeffries and appreciate his strength. He's a smart guy, and that's what I was getting on to saying when I think, it bothers me that America's still hung up on having to have someone with this really outgoing character and charisma. And it's not that Jeffries doesn't have a ton of fucking charisma. He isn't a real animated character necessarily, right? He isn't going to say a bunch of fucking provocative shit to get, he isn't looking to get people worked up for no good fucking reason, And I think it sucks that America is so fucking immature as a whole that we still feel like we need a fucking pep squad in the White House or some bullshit. I don't know. It's all crazy. Yeah, I agree. The Dem field is wide open. There's just candidates galore. I mean, we could go down the list with Newsom and Whitmer and White House and Jeffries and Harris still polling hard and Buttigieg and hell, who else am I missing, you guys? I mean, I just don't usually follow those kinds of reports and rumblings about who is going to be running where. Like Harris supposedly running for governor in California. I honestly, I would be a little surprised. I honestly am like up in the air about that. Like I would almost see her being just as likely to not run for any office at all as to go over and run. I don't know. You guys tell me what I'm missing. I'm not. I thought for a while there's just no way she's going to run again, right, for president. But now I'm not so sure. I don't know. I mean, there was a recent USA poll, I think, that maybe it wasn't USA. I don't think it was. Anyways, that polled Democrat primary candidates, and it was Harris 26%, Newsom 11 or 12, and Buttigieg 11 or 12, something like that. That was the only three that they mentioned. Garrett says there's going to be supposedly prosecute Obama when they have all the evidence, just like they had all the evidence for the Epstein's files, then nothing. Well, just like they were going to, I think I talked about it last night, brought it up. I think that there were two congressional hearings to decide whether or not to impeach Biden. We've seen where that went. So yeah, it's just a lot of fucking bullshit. You guys know. There it is. There's the poster child right next to me, y'all, for the GOP. That's it. Right there. Did I mention that Comey beat his girlfriend after she had an abortion with his child? His sperm? After she was impregnated, I should say. Did I mention that? He beat his girlfriend after she went and had an abortion because he impregnated her and didn't want to be responsible. And then, she went and told some folks or something that she had an abortion, and so he beat her. Nice folks over there on the right. Looks like he has a nice sandwich. B says she will not vote for Kamala if she runs for POTUS again. Well, your choice is, if she does, though, B, then you're not voting, I assume, unless you're going to vote for Vance. I mean, there'll probably be a third-party candidate. Like maybe, how old is RFK Jr. now? He's probably, he's wasted. Nobody's fucking voting for him. Maybe he'll run third-party again. Yin says Kamala wasn't the best choice against Trump. He is a shark and needs someone with the same energy to go against him. Yeah, I kind of agree. I think, that's something that Bill has. I always fucking lean on Bill when that comes up. Some of us folks believe that maybe we need to try the fucking all-out, all-teeth attacks, right? Going just fucking like a fucking rabid dog, just launching all teeth at every motherfucking Republican candidate for every fucking legitimate reason we can. Bill says Jeffries does speak well. I'm sure he's studied Obama speeches, but I credit the cadence and subjects to being Baptist. Exactly, Bill. That's exactly it. They also seem to have a style when speaking. Oh, for sure. Bill, it would be interesting, man. One day me and you ever have the chance to have a beer together, maybe we'll be able to have a chance to do some hit some church sermons or something. Like we could hit a Southern Baptist church and then like a Catholic church. I'd have to think. I'm not sure if I've ever been to a Catholic church or not. I've certainly watched plenty of them on television with all the high profile stuff about the Catholic Church, right? Yeah, I love the. I'm not, like I said, I don't think I'm someone that's easily affected by fucking cheerleading and hype and all that, but I do love some of that fucking Southern Baptist style preaching. Not when it's fucking outrageous and they fuck, that shit drives me up a wall. I don't want to see people fucking dancing with snakes and shaking all over the place. I love the hell out of how Jeffrey speaks, though, for sure. B says she thinks exactly that's opposite and said so when Kamala was running. B, you have to forgive me. I already forgot what I yapped at you about. I know I said that if you don't vote, if Kamala ended up being the Democrat candidate, you'd be stuck with either her, Vance, or not voting. I'm supporting the Democrat candidate regardless. Bill says he wasn't getting enough traction with the Obama thing, so now Donald is literally reaching all the way into his bag of old tricks. Oh yeah, is he? Is that like a recent story, Bill? Because that's what I said is coming next, is an investigation into Hillary Clinton. But I assume that would be his big last resort thing. But I mean, at some point it goes nowheres, and then where his base is still. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I just wonder what he's buying time about. Or if it's just about maybe he can distract from the Epstein bullshit long enough to where his base will get bored, and people will just be forced to stop talking about it because it's not in the news. I don't know. Whoa. Do I got a B clone? B says that RFK Jr. was injured by the COVID vax. That's why he talks that way? Bullshit. That's not at all why he has a paralyzed vocal cord. He has a history of vocal cord issues which can affect his speech clarity and tone. Kennedy has been open about having a condition called spasmodic dysphoria, a neurological disorder that causes involuntary spasms in the vocal cord. What in the hell, B? Are you anti-vax? Oh, all right. I'm sorry, sister. I thought, well, the way you said it, you said RFK Jr. was injured by a COVID vax. That's why he talks that way. That's not why he talks that way, though. I didn't know that. You should have made it clear that that's what he said. Yeah, that's a crock of shit. All good. Yeah, he blatantly lied then in whatever interview because there's a history of him saying otherwise. Here he has... Oh, what the fuck. God damn it. Anyone following the U.S. presidential race may have noticed independent candidate Robert F. Jr. has a particularly harsh sounding voice that causes a neurological condition called spasmodic dysphonia. Sorry, not dysphoria. Spasmodic? Yeah, that's not an spasmodic dysphonia, also known as laryngeal dysphonia, often results in a, Jesus Christ, these people are testing me, results in a shaky, tight, or strained sounding voice. It does not affect other functions of the vocal cords such as laughing, crying, or shouting. Wow, that's weird. So it's only probably, I guess, when the vocal cords are fairly relaxed. It affects about 1 in every 50,000 people, with women being more prone to it than men. It usually develops between the ages of 30 and 50. The causes aren't clear, but one study found that 65% of people with the condition previously had measles or mumps compared with the U.S. national average. I wonder if, did RFK Jr. have measles? I mean, I suppose it's possible, right? Yeah. Yeah, he won't be running anyways, but... Oh, Sean Ryan or Rogan interview? Yeah, I would like to find that. That'd be kind of... I mean, who gives a shit, really, I guess, but that'd be pretty cool. I'd like to find that clip of him saying that the COVID vax made his fucking voice that way, and then go grab about fucking 10 years of other clips of him saying explain what the real cause is. I mean, that's our health secretary, right? Fred says it's funny that it's called phonia. Yeah, what a fucking dickweed. I can't believe he fucking... Thanks, B. I appreciate that. I'm not shocked that he's a lying bastard, but wow, he must really be like in complete dementia. I don't know. Like, why would you sit there for years having to explain, why you sound the way you do and what the cause is and all that shit, and then all of a sudden say it was the COVID vax? And why did he get the COVID vax? So he's admitting he was vaxxed? Oh, yeah, I believe you that he said it for sure. Yeah, he's fucking twisted. No, I thought you were saying that it caused it. That it caused it. All good, B. Yeah, I don't doubt at all that RFK Jr. lied about that shit. It's crazy. Why did he get... I'm shocked now. I can't believe he got vaccinated, got the COVID vax. I wonder how he... Maybe he never did, and then all of a sudden he thought it was a great idea to fucking make up some bullshit about it. It's really quite disgusting that people would fucking take something. Is there a medication known to man that someone isn't allergic to? Someone? You know what I mean? Like we've always done, we just always do the best we can, and it's never, ever going to be perfect. Like, my daughter had a reaction to C-chlor, my oldest, when they first started replacing amoxicillin with it. And so now after that, whenever any of the other kids went in, they would ask if they were allergic to anything, any known medications, and I would always say none known to this child, but their oldest sibling is allergic to C-chlor. So yeah, it happens. I mean, for fuck's sake, I was very aware. I think when I went to jail, in fact, I was quarantined because they gave me a tuberculosis shot because I hadn't had whatever. I didn't have record of it when the last, I mean, it had been a long time, right? And I had a reaction to it, not a bad one, just bad enough when the nurse checked everybody that got one. We had to be fucking quarantined. I'm like, are you fucking kidding? I won't go into that, but yeah, nothing happened really, but that was the worst reaction I've ever had. My first COVID shot, I had a sore arm and I crashed and I didn't feel I was just exhausted. I was like, I feel like I just got a really good whole day and night of sleep that day. Yeah, right on. B says he is a politician, so lying comes naturally. I suppose. I reckon. Yeah, exactly. Fred says there's always someone allergic to every substance, even water. Right, and to think like, we have, I think some of us would agree that we could do better with some food regulations. But it's just insane to think that America isn't just like by far one, maybe not the number one, but I don't even know how you would determine that anyways, but, leading the world in medical technology and revolution and the future of. Bill says he remembers the dairy conglomerate was sued by the lactose intolerant for the milk has something for everybody. Yeah. I don't have any, thankfully, that's a tough one too, like the peanut or the nut allergies. Sheesh. That would be scary as fuck, that kind of shit. Well, Bill, it took me forever because I guess it wasn't bad, but maybe it's because in general, humans really aren't designed well for heavy dairy. Like it took me forever, just probably last couple years, to realize that ice cream it fucks me up. And it's weird, not bad. It's just, so it was never bad enough to where I was able to connect it with ice cream until I'm like, God, it's got to be it. Because as I've started to eat better, been able to pinpoint that shit a little easier. That's how we got the milk. It does a body good. Yeah. B says she can't take any opiates nor penicillin. Well, that's got to be a bitch not being able to take penicillin. But there must be other antibiotics you're able to take. Hopefully. Opiates are a bugger anyway, right? Opiates are something that for show should only be temporary. If it's not, man. And I understand that people are in severe chronic pain for the rest of their lives. I don't know how they deal with that. Yeah. Yep, cow's milk will make a fucking baby cow fucking big and fat. Yeah, we're really not designed for that high concentration of fat. Even though I won't drink 0.5%, 2%. I mean, we did 2% for a while, and I don't do a bunch of milk anyways. But I always buy fucking whole milk, vitamin D, because it's like, I cook with it. Can't overdo it. Yeah, like it doesn't cost our environment enough to raise almonds, right, Fred? Now we're fucking squeezing them for fucking milk. Yeah, you can get everything you get from milk and all kinds of other stuff. Calcium, broccoli, vitamin D, the sun, whatever else. We can get the fat from anywhere else we need. Where's the nipple on the almond to get almond milk? How do you milk an almond? Jesus Christ, I'm struggling already, you guys. Just kind of blah, blah, blah. I guess it's good to be a little bit mellow. I was going to build myself 2 signs for the monitor. Stop saying fuck and try to bring it down a notch. I get pretty worked up. I know the hell you say. Bill says humans are the only creatures on Earth that drink milk throughout their lifetimes. It was all propaganda from dairy farmers worldwide when they realized selling to just babies wasn't sustainable. I've never drank milk in my life. A bone scan a couple years ago showed 0 bone loss. Leafy greens are the solution. Yeah, I love leafy greens. Like real leafy greens, right? Like romaine lettuce. Baby spinach was, I can do the mix, but I love like the red leaf lettuce, green leaf lettuce, the kale, the mixed kales, endive. Anything dark green and leafy, like B says, it's spinach. It's pretty much impossible to beat nutrition value, right? Antioxidants, every fucking thing you need in it. I guess the hard part is getting enough protein through, like I wouldn't have a problem with being a vegetarian other than like I could, I would, it would just be, I'd have to find a way to not get bored with, I'd really have to totally revamp my whole fucking foundation of cooking. Because I love salads and all that stuff, but and I can eat them a lot. How much of that can you do? I love every kind of. The only vegetable that I found that I don't care for is okra, and I'm not sure it's worth a shit anyways nutritionally. I don't know. I'm not big on corn anymore because it's basically nutritionally worthless. But I like corn. It's just, I try not to bother eating shit that isn't going to fucking do me any good. Especially you think about, you're fucking, that shit's not easy. If you can't digest it, what's it doing to you? If you can't break it down, what's it doing to you? Yeah, no, I love meat. Like I was trying to get around to saying that there would be once in a while that I would just crave like a grilled burger, a New York strip, my famous marinated chicken titties. Yeah, but I could go once a week. Eat meat once a week. I'm serious. I had chicken fried rice tonight, so. But like I could eat chicken fried rice without the chicken. No problem. I could start making like vegetarian split pea soup, no sausage or ham in it. Correct. Corn is a corn is a starch, not a veggie. It's not a vegetable in the sense that like anything green. Yeah, it's pure starch. That's why it's really pretty worthless unless you need some sugar, some s- simple sugars. Yeah, like fucking just a raw, awesome marbled piece of meat hitting a fucking 500 plus degree grate. I mean that shit's just fucking delicious. I just ate and you're killing me now, you guys. Bill, you ever watch? Hey, you guys, real quick too. Like, was out for a cruise before I started the stream. Listening to NPR, they're in full blown survival mode right now here in my area. Like you'll hear 2 weeks of fundraising twice a year, usually on the local PB or NPR station, which is Grand Valley State University here in West Michigan. Um, all funding cut off, and thankfully for my area, their radio station is going to survive, and the local PBS station will survive only because there's enough money in this area and they always do well with donations. But so think about that if you guys support, if you guys value or use PBS or NPR at all in your area, look into look into what their situation is, how dire is it, what are they doing? Are they going to maybe merge with some other stations nearby to try and keep something up and running? Those are really important things. Those are pretty two important things, I think, really, you guys. I mean, I don't push for folks to like donate or support this or that, monetarily very often at all. It's really quite a bummer. It is. All right. I'm going to go do a BRB, you guys. I need to make a cocktail. Hit that thumbs up or down. Share with those you love, those you don't. Subscribe and ring the all bell if you haven't. And I'll see you on the flip side of 5 minutes or so. Bill, have you been watching the Mosswood thing? Am I getting that right? Mosswood concerts? Seen some fucking bands I haven't heard before. NIIS, Bleached, some punk rock bands with female front ladies. Bill says, give a mega fish, he'll eat for a day. Teach a mega to fish, he'll call you a socialist, steal your rod, and assault the fish. Watch Devo, and I was blown away by the energy that those fellas have. I mean, it's not like a lot of their shit isn't my favorite, but they have some good grooves, of course. But man, they put like a lot into their fucking stage show and shit. Seriously, like they're on, like this is probably, I mean, obviously they had some huge success in the early days, but Fred says Sesame Street made fun of Trump in the 90s, so he's cutting their funding. He's a child. This sucks. It really does suck. I mean, we're yet to see it. It's bad. I mean, there will be some stations that manage to survive, but you're a pork person. We do boneless pork loin roast a lot. They're fucking dirt cheap for whatever reason. And they're very nice when you fucking roast the shit out of them till they fall apart. Beef is too expensive. We buy really good ground beef, and that's basically the only beef we eat other than occasional steak, but corned beef, I guess, once in a while. Give a mega fish, and he'll eat for a day, Teach a mega to fish, He'll call you a socialist, Steal your rod and assault the fish. Give a mega fish. Yeah. Bill, I think we got us a new fucking hymn right there, brother. A new goddamn hymn. Ow. Give a mega fish, Eat it for a day, Teach a mega to fish, They'll call you a socialist, Steal your rod, assault the fish. Teach a MAGA to be a socialist. I kind of like that idea now. Teach a MAGA to be a socialist. Or should I say MAGAs are truly the socialists? I mean, come on. If these motherfuckers aren't codependent, I don't know who is. Yeah, am I right? I think I am. God, this could turn out to be a pretty short stream, you guys. I could just like fuck off and blast some music probably. Supposedly we do have some protests coming up. Good Trouble, supposedly this coming Saturday. I'm glad I didn't do any advertisement for it this past Saturday because I would have been wrong on the date. Yeah, all this shit's too slow going. But I know that's what Trump's plans are, is just to really do a lot of fucking, create a lot of chaos, cause a lot of fucking distractions. God, who was it that said, maybe it was BW, said, you know, all they had to do is throw Obama's name out there and all the fucking racist fucking dark skin hating people on the right just said, yep, Epstein who? Said you don't have to live like a refugee. Hey, if you guys all went and checked out Jay's video of him playing the sax, Jesus Christ, that dude's so fucking talented. He really is, man. I gotta love him too for like, he's just humble as fuck about it. I don't know. I'd be like, man, I'd love to have that. I'd be so honored if he'd just fucking, but I think Jay is so fucking, you know, formally trained. And not that he isn't creative at all. It's that, like, if asking him to just lay down just a fucking freestyle sax solo to one of my tunes. Like, I feel like I don't want to call him a perfectionist or nothing because he doesn't come off like that. But, like, he's into doing shit proper, like, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I don't want to do a short. Should we just do some more really fucking cringy stories? House Speaker Mike Johnson said a vote on releasing more information about Jeffrey Epstein isn't necessary as President Donald Trump continues to struggle with the controversy surrounding the convicted sex offender who died in prison in 2019. My belief is we need the administration to have the space to do what it is doing. If further congressional action is necessary or appropriate, then we'll look at it, but I don't think we're at that point right now, Johnson said. Well, you know, Johnson's a pretty serious fellow, right? After intense public pressure, including from many of his MAGA supporters. By the way, did you guys hear that Trump called his supporters mean and evil? Anyways, Trump called for a federal judge to release grand jury testimony related to the disgraced late financier. The move has appeased some, but not all, of those calling out into question the circumstances surrounding Epstein's death. What do you mean, not all? Like all of his fucking huge influencer supporters that fucking called for have not been appeased, like Rogan and Alex Jones and the Manosphere and yeah. Lots of them. Lots of them. All right. This has been real and it's been fun. I will see you guys again soon, all right? Be good. Peace and love. TV2 out like a mother bugger.